I'm here at the Bakery Showcase and I'm speaking to the runner-up of the Canadian Landmark Challenge. I'm talking to Chelsea. Chelsea, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
Good. Now you're with the Canadian Food and Wine Institute, which is Niagara, correct?
Yes, Niagara on the Lake.
Yeah. Tell me, who inspired you to get involved in the bakery industry to begin with?
My grandmothers were both bakers. One was a professional pastry chef and one was a home baker, cake decorator. And since I can remember, it's always been my favorite thing to do. So after I tried out a couple of different career choices, I finally decided to turn my favorite hobby into my favorant job.
And how's the learning at the Canadian Food and Wine Institute? What's the most interesting thing you've learned there, and how far are you in it? Did you graduate yet, or what?
Well, I'm doing my level 2 as a pâtissier apprentice, so I've been at the Canadian Food and Wine Institute for 12 weeks. I love it there. They have a beautiful vineyard on campus. They have a teaching brewery as well. So one of the most interesting portions of being there is the wonderful events that they have that incorporate all the different faculties. So I've gotten to work with the different pastry students on some events. I've gotten to work with the culinary students as well as with the wine and beer students. I designed a few recipes that incorporated the local student wines as well as the student beer, made a beautiful stout cake for an event, things like that. It's really been a fantastic experience.
Great. Now let's get to the competition here. Was it a piece of cake for you or what?
Well, at some points it was and some points it wasn't. I love baking and I've been very well trained in baking, so the organization was really good on the school's part. So from that aspect it was simple, but actually being here and under the pressure, you feel it a little bit. It gets a little bit intense sometimes, and the pressure was definitely on yesterday when we were getting down to the wire to get all the last pieces onto the cake.
What was the most challenging part?
The most challenging part of it was deciding which aspects to incorporate. As I'm sure you can see, we've incorporated many different aspects of Canada, but choosing a main focal point as for a Canadian landmark, there's just so many different wonderful, diverse cultures in Canada and so many different attributes that we could have chosen to highlight that it was difficult to decide on just one large element. So that's why we decided to incorporate all these small ones.
Wow. Who would you like to thank for helping you prepare for this and getting this far?
I would say Chef Peter Storm. He's the one that ran the show, that organized all the students and put up with all of our schedules and our madness, and also Ruth Bleierveld. She is a pastry chef working at the Benchmark restaurant at Niagara College, and she's been fantastic. She's been a mentor for me since I started, and she really busted it out getting everything organized for this for the cake challenge, and I would say that by far those two worked the hardest.
Great. Where do you see yourself going after this competition?
After the competition, I'm going to finish my apprenticeship. I'll be returning to Niagara College, the Canadian Food and Wine Institute, in May of next year, and after that I'll write for my Red Seal and I'll go wherever the industry takes me.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Your website again for Canadian Food and Wine would be?
www.niagaracollege.ca.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.